Hey, well, I don't know about you guys, but I spent the whole day watching the news and trying to figure out what was going on. I woke up this morning, well, honestly, this afternoon, around noon, here in Tokyo, and all this stuff had already happened. Um, so yeah, I woke up and I had a text on my phone, and it said, "Look at your TV, watch TV, watch your TV," and I'm like, "What?" It's my friend, right? And so I turned on the TV as soon as I woke up, and then there it was. The White House uh, was being invaded uh, by protesters. It was really shocking. I'm sure you feel the same way. I mean, we all do. It's just like it sounds cliche, an erosion of democracy, or possible erosion of democracy. Uh, I don't know. I never thought I would live to see something like this. It's just crazy. So you heard, the Trump held a rally and told everyone, "Let's go down to the Capitol." He said he was going to march with them, but they didn't. He didn't. But anyway, everyone went to the Capitol, and I'm thinking in my head, okay, that doesn't sound so bad. A protest, right? Uh, but unfortunately, people got violent and then went through the guards and the barricades and over the walls and then into the Capitol building that had the Senate and the House and their private offices. Um, one person was sitting in the desk of leader Nancy Pelosi, who I used to work with as an intern in San Francisco. So I was like, oh my God, desecration. It's kind of like a holy place, it seems like to me, the where our government is located and where we make those important decisions. uh, for someone to go in there and disrespect it, destroy it. Well, they didn't destroy it, but I guess they took some things and destroyed a little. But mainly they were trying to make a statement, I guess. I don't know if they really had a lot of violent intention. I don't think they did, but I don't know. How do we know? Fortunately, everyone was evacuated before too many terrible things could happen. Although I know a lady died, one of the protesters apparently. And then I read another report that said like three other people died, but I didn't see that or hear that anywhere else. So I don't know. Let me know if you know. But it's just disturbing. I felt weird all day. Maybe you have too. Kind of depressing. Like, you know, I think of America as relatively stable. I also studied political science, and I personally believe that the U.S. system is very strong, even though it's very cumbersome sometimes, and decisions can be hard to get turned into law, or good ideas can be hard to get turned into law, and things can take a long time to get approved by the different parts of our government. But in the end, all those different parts protect us from like a tyrant taking over the country. And that could be Trump. I mean, if it wasn't America, if it wasn't the United States, Trump would probably be a dictator. Probably. But it's not a country like that. We have laws, we have checks and balances, we have the executive branch with the president, we have Congress with the House and the Senate, and we have the Supreme Court. They're all different branches to protect, so no one has too much power, right? And then we have the states with their own power, and then the local districts within those states with their own power, and they all check each other, and it also makes things a pain in the ass sometimes. But what are you more willing to deal with, a pain in the ass or a dictator? I mean, I think I'll take the pain in the ass most of the time. Um, Now, there, not to say that all dictators have been bad. You might think that's crazy. Of course it's bad. Well, to Americans, we think it's bad, obviously, to democratic countries. But if you grew up in a autocracy with one leader who just was always there until they died or something, got overthrown, maybe you wouldn't think quite as badly about it, or maybe you would. I guess you'd want freedom, huh? Anyway, uh, the point is that I think that Trump could be a dictator, and I wouldn't want that for America. I don't think any of us would. Um, and looking at things now, it's like, wow, what's gonna happen? Is Trump going to try something else before the end of his presidential term? He has like 2 weeks or less left. I heard some people are thinking of using the 25th Amendment, which would allow you to get rid of a president, allow the government to get rid of a president who was, what was the word, rogue or mentally incapable or incapacitated, something like that. That's the 25th Amendment. But then I heard that to get it actually done with that, if we wanted to get rid of Trump, the vice president has to approve for one, and then it's like, I believe, a large percentage of the Senate or the house, the whole house. I don't know, but the vice president is definitely one, and I don't see that happening. But Vice President Pence did actually push back on Trump when he was demanding that Pence not accept the electoral votes, and Pence did not give in to that. I don't really know if I should give him praise for that. I mean, he didn't have that power. It did not exist. So even if he wanted to, he wouldn't be able to do it. It was like a Trump fantasy. That's my understanding. So, yeah, it's so weird. And I heard some of the House members and Senate members talking about what it was like and today when the building was broken into, and they were afraid for their lives. Some of them, their staffs, it's just too far. It is too far. I feel like that's something that shouldn't happen in America. It really, some people said it's like a third world country, and it is. Or just a country that isn't democratic. We need to trust our democratic system for it to work. And if the trust goes, oh Lord, well, there goes our democracy probably. So I'm hoping that we can regain trust among everyone in America of the democratic system, the voting system that we have. Something we all agree on. We need to make sure there's trust. Not just because the left says you should trust it or the right says you should trust it. Everyone should trust it, and everyone should agree, yes, we trust this method of voting. Now, personally, I'm all for mail-in ballots, but apparently some Trump supporters and Republicans and maybe some Democrats too don't like that idea. But gosh, it especially during coronavirus, I mean, how were we going to handle all that? I think it really is convenient and allows more people to vote. If they didn't have mail-in voting, I couldn't have voted this year because I'm in Tokyo, but I'm still qualified to vote and registered to vote. So of course I did mail-in. I'm also behind online voting. Oh shoot, what's the country that does it? There's a country in Europe that does it already. Estonia. They do online voting, and it seems to be fine. I think we could do that, but of course it'd have to be very secure. People who tell me, no, that's not safe, I say, well, do you trust online banking? If we made online voting as safe as online banking, if you can trust the internet with your money, you can probably trust it with your vote. Because, apparently we're capable of very high security with finances online, with business transactions like Amazon, so why not voting? Anyway, this video is not about that. But I'm just saying that people were upset about the vote, and they felt the election was stolen, and Trump and his supporters in the government really made this lie bigger and bigger, and his followers and their followers kept believing it. I mean, their leader, our US president, is saying it, and of course that carries a lot of weight, even if he's an idiot. So they kept this lie going that the election was stolen I mean, as far as I know, it's a lie. They never gave any proof. It's not like the left would not listen. Uh, like, let's say me, I'm kind of left leaning, independent left leaning, um, registered Democrat. But if the Republicans evidence, somehow present evidence that there was voter fraud, then I would be open to that. Also, I'm sorry, Republicans, but we had to accept Trump last election. Do you know how hard that was? But I don't believe that Democrats were trying to promote any theory that the election was stolen. Of course, to be fair, the left was very harsh on Donald Trump. I don't like Donald Trump, sorry. But, I mean, they were very harsh. It was a witch hunt from the beginning. Was it justified? I don't know. But I mean, wow. It was harsh. So, in a way, this could be Trump backlash to, trying to get the left back for what they did to him. Well, he was successful, but it was honestly disgusting. And I'm not saying it's just Trump's fault. Those people have to be held accountable too. People who believe that and who acted on it and who got violent. It is disgusting. It makes me feel sick just because it feels like our country is like falling apart. I hope that's not the case, and it's probably not. This is probably just a day in history, but it is the kind of thing that could be a sign of like a civil war developing. Although I don't think enough people are unhappy for a civil war to actually happen. It was because this group I don't think represents enough people, so that's probably not going to happen. But oh my God, it's just too far, too far. Okay, well, sorry, I just wanted to share my feelings on this today, and please let me know what you think too, or not. It was like I couldn't decide to make a video or not, but then I felt like I should talk about this, and I wanted to talk about it because it's been bothering me, and it is still bothering me. It probably will for a while. It will be a day in the history books, that's for sure. That is for sure. Okay, well, y'all take care, and I'm sure we're gonna be okay. Yeah, we'll be okay, one way or another. I hope. Thank you. Take care. Bye.